Hey guys, it's your boy, One Broke Negro, aka Eric, aka Master of Controversy. Wait, these are the wrong glasses. Much better. I'm here today with my good friend Kevin. We're going to have a little discussion about a very interesting topic. For those of you that follow me on Facebook, I posted an article about white privilege in America, and white people were mad.
40 plus comments back and forth,
Yeah,
and I think only like 3 of them were yours.
Yeah, I was like, man, I just posted it just to, a little reference to myself. But we're going to talk about some of the topics. And in the background, there is Lucas.
That's my son.
Yes, his kid.
Hi, bud.
Hey. We've locked him outside for now.
I just wanted to make it clear to the audience, too. We're not here to be pitted against one another.
No.
We're good friends. In fact, he's going to be a groomsman in my wedding. But
yeah, no, scary.
But it's, right? But it's a discussion we're having about a topic that needs to be talked about. And we're not arguing the fact of whether or not it necessarily exists, but more just a discussion on the topic.
Exactly. We're still friends after this. We're friends before this. We're always going to be friends. By all means, if you have something to add to this discussion, comment in the comment section below. This will be on Facebook, my Twitter, my Google+, not my MySpace.
Do you have a MySpace?
I don't know if I still have it.
I know I have a MySpace because if you Google me, my picture's from MySpace, but I can't find it. I don't know how to get onto it. I don't know. Let's get started. You have anything you want to say?
No, as the host, I always let the challenger.
All right. So
first.
Then let me get started. Racism exists. We're not arguing that fact. Of course, not in the same facet that it did in the past, but it's there. People are really racist all the time, and it's not. That's not what we're arguing about. My issue with the term white privilege, which I haven't even heard of until I don't know, less than a year ago. Really, I've never heard that term until maybe 9 or 10 months ago. Really, yeah. There's a term that's thrown around sometimes, or the phrase "check your privilege." When somebody tells me that, the only thing that really bothers me about it is it insinuates that I didn't work as hard as somebody else to get to where I am, to accomplish what I've accomplished. My successes, they are a result of my hard work, my effort, and the family and friends that I have around me, not a result of my skin color. In the same way that somebody assumes a narrative or assumes your story based on somebody else's skin color, even if it's in a more negative light, you're assuming a narrative for somebody's story that you don't know. You don't know their struggle. My bottom line is I will not have my successes diminished as a result of me being a white male. I don't think that's right.
Okay.
So?
Okay.
Go ahead.
My side of this argument is that it exists and it always will exist. Not that necessarily it's a racist thing, but that white people have a natural advantage in this society, American society, because of their skin color, because you are the majority. Whereas black people, or any minority for that matter,
right,
is at a certain disadvantage because of their skin color and among other factors as well. But the main privilege, because the standard old white male is in power, the young black male or the young Hispanic male or woman or female, they are at a natural disadvantage against other people of similar time. Right. It's like just like an inheritance, if you will.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
That's my whole thing about this. So there are 7 topics in this article. We're gonna try to hit on each topic. There are stuff that we agree upon. There's stuff that we disagree with. But to keep things short and light, we're gonna just hit these topics real quick. Boom, boom, boom.
Let's do it.
So topic number one: white people are less likely to be arrested.
Yeah. I would say that police departments as a whole, I don't want to say cops in general, because I know, of course, there's good cops out there. There's great cops out there. You need cops in general. But police departments as a whole, yes, it's super messed up. It's true. Everybody's got to remember that prisons make money. They're owned by corporations. A lot of the music industry owns private prisons, if you didn't know that already. Look into Def Jam owns some prisons. Right? So you're almost propagating a culture in which you get jailed and then they make more money off of it.
Yes.
It's awful and it's true, but you got to remember corporations are money and power hungry, and this is the way they're making their money. And it's racist and awful, and I agree with it. It's 100% true.
Yes, because
you can't argue with the statistics of African Americans jail and white people jail based on the same
Oh
charges. You
God,
can't
yeah,
argue it. It's
because African Americans make up less than I think 20% of the population at this point, but take up more than 60%
60%, yeah.
of the jails in this country. And African Americans are, what's the word, less likely to be considered rapists in the society thing, but more blacks are in jail for rape than whites.
Right. Yeah.
It's a weird thing in this country.
No,
so
it's, you know, and if you look at drug charges too.
Oh God.
As far as this, not how many are arrested, but the sentencing from the result of those charges is skewed horribly.
The biggest thing is in recent history would be the Trayvon Martin case, where in Florida, there's this fucked up Florida. He got off. Yeah, he got off. I forget the guy's name.
George Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman. The man got off. He didn't get charged with anything. Sentence rather.
Okay.
And there was another woman in Florida who fired a warning shot. I'm gonna have the link and everything. I should have wrote this shit down because that's how bad of a YouTuber I am. She fired a warning shot into the air to protect her family, her kids, from her attacker, and she was sentenced to like 20 years in jail. African American woman.
I will say that yes, George Zimmerman case. Not okay. Should have gone to jail. On the other hand, young black boys get killed every single day in cities. Every single day. Look at the statistics for Chicago alone. I saw somebody.
Chicago's called Chirac, by the way, for people that don't live in this area. Look that up. That's a real thing because of the murder.
Dragon Ball Z.
That was.
So even. I won't say her name. There's a girl that I went to high school with, my military school, and she posted on Facebook just this morning.
Oh, wow.
There hasn't been a shooting in Chicago since Thursday, and she was excited about that. But that's crazy to me.
No, Thursday's great. That's a step forward.
But that's crazy to me that you would be excited that there hasn't been a shooting since Thursday. My point is, young black boys get killed every single day in the city, and
it's fucked up.
The murders are never solved.
No.
Ever. They don't even try to solve them.
They've given up.
Because they know it's gang shootings, and that's,
Next point. White people are more likely to get into college.
I'm going to catch flack for this.
Okay, go ahead.
This may be true for what they refer to as the Ivy League schools, the Harvards, the Stanfords. That's awful. Here's the part where I'm going to... This is going to get some comments going, I think, and not as much as the rest. I hate affirmative action.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it once had a place in society. It did, 100%. But now, if you have a Hispanic, black, Filipino, male or female, that has similar or exact same credentials to get into a school, universities have to meet quotas. They have to meet quotas based on race.
Yes.
Because of affirmative action. Now, it's difficult to say what would happen. It would be interesting to see what would happen
if there were no affirmative action.
If there were no affirmative. Not ever to begin with, but in going into the future, I would be interested to see what would happen.
There'd be more all-black colleges and all minority-centered colleges.
I agree. And
because of the
inequality. I have a big issue with the public school system.
Oh, God.
Prior to college, especially in big cities where a huge percentage of the black community lives. They live in urban areas, and the school systems in every urban area are awful.
Oh, God.
Not to say that the American school system in general isn't messed up.
No, look how I turned out.
But
they closed, what was it, like 50 public schools
in Chicago.
Like a year or less, or either last year or the year before that. Mm-hmm. And they have all these schools overcrowded with young minorities because in the inner city, that's where most of the minorities live. And they're not getting the right education that they need. So that all that further puts them back, another step back, because they're not getting the time and attention to learn and get to where they need to be for college. Right. Or in life in general, because they rush these kids through.
That has a major effect on the amount of black people that get into college. And I don't know that save those Ivy League schools that have, their long-standing traditions or whatever that are assuredly awful. And I really think that the public school system has failed the black community on many levels. And that has a big effect on their attendance in college.
Now, the point I'm going to ask you next, just to play devil advocate.
Of course.
If you know there's better, why don't you do better? Why don't you move out of the inner city?
Well, it's not that easy.
It's not.
No,
it's not.
It's not that easy. You can't just where's the money come from?
Exactly.
What kind of jobs are there in the inner city? They're all part-time minimum wage. You don't get out of it. It's a whole circular thing. I 100% agree. It's a terrible situation.
Cool. Right. See, we're having a discussion, guys. This is an argument. We're just bringing up points for each kind of, but for the most part, we basically agree. Let's see. Issue number 3. White people are more likely to fit in and get called back for a job.
Oh, are you looking at me?
I'm always going to let you go first.
Okay.
I have my channel. This is your time, son.
This one, I suppose it depends on the job. I get rejected from job offers all the time because I'm a white male. There's a lot of us. Huh?
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
Yeah, I'll explain it. I actually have some evidence for this
that
I completed yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, I get rejected because I'm a white male, and it depends on the job you're looking for. Some of you who know me know I'm a CNA. It's a certified nursing assistant. I work in a nursing home, and I take care of the residents and all their needs. CNA and nursing in general is populated a lot with Hispanic and Filipino women. Almost all the nursing assistants I know are Hispanic or Filipino, and even the men, most of them are Hispanic. So I did a little test because in the article, the example was a woman who was submitting resumes, and she had her name on there, which was Yolanda, I believe, and then she changed it to Bianca White.
Yes.
And she got all sorts of responses after that, where previously she got a couple callbacks, maybe.
I'm going to pause you right there,
Go ahead.
only because that only allows me to record 15 minutes at a time.
Oh, you're good.
So I'm going to have to divide this up into maybe 2, possibly 3 parts.
That's good.
So this is the end of part 1 of this discussion. We will continue this right where we left off here. Like, comment, and subscribe so far where you guys are at. This will be edited, and it's not going to be 15 minutes long.
Whatever, we'll figure it out.
But we'll see you guys very soon in part 2. Thanks for watching. You could have been watching any video on YouTube, but you instead decided to watch ours. Mine. I appreciate that. See you guys in a little bit. Bye.